Hello there, welcome back to my channel. This is the Indigo Jo channel and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I hope you're having a lovely day. You look beautiful and fabulous as always. I'm like feeling myself today because I got this special hooded top and I just want to be the dark princess, fairy tale, Lord of the Rings goddess that I really am. And I've been listening to Doja Cat all day. Today, we're going to be answering the question of, will you be famous? We're going to see what you might possibly be famous for or receive some major recognition for in this lifetime. So, without further ado, here are the cards. Once you've chosen your pile, out of the 1, 2, and 3 from left to right, go ahead and click on the timestamp and we'll get started on your reading. Hi Pile 1, thank you for joining me today, and let's get into a reading about will you be famous. So, just right off the bat, Pile 1, we have the Page of Air and the Strength card. So what I'm getting with Page of Air, which is also Page of Swords, is that I feel like you have a truth that is special to you, that is authentic to who you are, that a lot of the world would benefit from seeing or hearing. So you do have these special gifts, and I think you just as a person, your personality could be very unique and different, and that's something that a lot of the world could benefit from seeing. But what I'm also kind of getting is that you kind of hold yourself back a lot, and it seems like you might be a little trapped in your head when it comes to the situation of recognition or fame. It seems like you maybe aren't sure if you actually want fame, because on the one hand you want to show the world what you have, you want to show the world your strength, like this lion here in the Strength card, but on the other hand you also are this maiden who is kind of trying to hide herself and tame the lion inside of you. So I feel like there's a part of you that is wearing a mask and trying to kind of hold back the other side of you that wants to show the world who you are and be a little bit more self-expressive or be a little bit more out there, because you fear maybe what other people are going to say, or if other people are going to spy on you and know all of your business, basically. I think something that's coming through that you need to know is that you're safe to be yourself. Like, that path ahead has already been decided for you. So if you choose that path, if you choose to be authentically yourself, you're never going to encounter any problems. You will be safe. Now, when it comes to other people's opinions, that's not something that can be controlled, but when it comes to your own personal health and safety, you will be safe. You just have to remember how strong you are. The fire and the strength that you have within you is going to be enough to protect you. So in the Strength card, what I'm also seeing is that there is some orange looking fruit on the side of the card, and that just makes me think of, well, fruit and the color orange itself are kind of symbols of creativity and sacral chakra, if you know the chakra system, and creating something that's new and fresh and that stems from the emotion inside of you. It stems from your past experiences. It's something authentic and singular to who you are as a person, and no one else can really create what you can from your perspective. So I think you have this idea or these ideas growing inside of you that need to be fully exposed to the world. There's a light shining on the fruit in the picture, and I'm just thinking, like, there needs to be a light shining on your ideas. They are valid, they are needed in the world right now, and you just need to remember that they're important. Your ideas and your beliefs and who you are as a person, you are important. And I think maybe sometimes you kind of listen to all the negative voices around you, or the negative voices in your head that tell you that it's not important or that it's not going to matter, and you just need to remember that that's not true. Go back to your strengths, really become this lion that you are inside of you and take a hold of your thoughts and say, no, that's not real. You're just trying to psych me out. Just, talk to yourself in that way and remember that you are in control and the thoughts don't control you. We also have the card of Dragonfly, live life to the fullest. So with this card, I do kind of see that the woman in the card is kind of viewing the dragonfly in awe, but also in fear. So the dragonfly is kind of like a symbol of like a beautiful dream that's scary and like magnificent and just gorgeous and unique and special all at the same time. So I feel like this is how you're viewing your dream, whatever that may be. It's something that's scary to you, but also something that you desire, something that you are inspired by, something that you really want and crave, but you are terrified of it at the same time. So you're kind of keeping a distance, you're keeping it at arm's length when it's something that you should be embracing more. Also in the card, the woman is standing on one side of the river, and on the other side are all of these beautiful flowers and the dragonfly itself. And while she's reaching toward the dragonfly, but she's not necessarily in the space where she can have it, so to speak, or be as close to it as she needs to be, because she's keeping herself from crossing the river. And I think the river is whatever obstacles you feel are in your way specifically, and they're keeping you from your goal and from all of the abundance that could come from it, like the luxuries, the finances, just the beauty that comes from living your dream, from living your life to the fullest. If you keep yourself on this side of the river, always, you're never going to get to experience all of those beautiful things because you're staying in your comfort zone and in your safety zone. So to answer the question of will you be famous, I'm saying it is a possibility, and I am getting more of a yes than a no, because to answer that specific question in itself, we have the Four of Wands, which to me, it's fulfillment. I know like 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles is probably more of like fulfillment, but Four of Wands to me is a beautiful card because it's like a lifelong partnership. So I feel like you could be going into business with someone, have some kind of a team, you and someone else that could become well known or famous, or it could just be you and your fame in itself. If you do reach that level, it could be more of a long-term thing and not like a one-hit wonder, so to speak. Like if you're into music, I don't know if you guys are musicians, but there is a possibility of that. But when it comes to that, you also have to think Rome wasn't built in a day. Things have to be grown from the ground up. So if it's something that you're already steadily working on, it can definitely get to that point. But with this, if it's something that you want to be stable and long term, it's going to be kind of a slow build up to get to that point. I also have Justice, which I feel like when it comes to this specific question, I feel like you're kind of in a karmic cycle right now, or you're breaking some kind of karma that you've had. And as soon as you come out of that, as soon as you heal from that, I don't know if you guys have recently gone through a breakup or had to cut out certain people from your life, or just have been experiencing a lot of like downturns, bad luck, negativity. All of that is just karma, and it's something that you can't really escape from. It's something that teaches us specific lessons and helps us grow as souls and as humans. And I think the fame will come as soon as you break through the karma, which I'm seeing you are currently coming out of right now, and that is awesome. We also have the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's kind of explaining to me that you need to fully embrace the authenticity of you and not maybe compare yourself to other people who have the level of recognition that you desire or the level of fame that you desire, because that could be what's blocking you. The fact that you're comparing yourself to these other people and you're saying, well, all of these people look a certain way and I don't look like that, so therefore I can only be famous when I look like that. Or maybe all of these people play the same kind of music and I don't play that music. The fact of the matter is, what makes you different and what makes you special is actually what will most likely propel you to fame and give you more recognition, because in reality, nobody wants to see the same thing over and over and over and over and over. The people, if you notice, the people that kind of spike up and become more popular out of the blue are the ones that offer something different. What they offer is something that might be a little bit more on the traditional side, but they have their own unique spin to it, their own unique energy that they bring to that specific thing. So you just have to remember what makes you different is also what can help you. And then we also have the Temperance in reverse. So that kind of goes back to what I got with the Justice card. You're kind of in a period where you need to heal. You need to recuperate from these cycles that you've been in that have kind of spiraled you into this negative way of thinking. You need to you need to temper that and heal that and balance those out, balance out your emotions, in order to get to the point where you can be more authentic and finally express yourself fully without having to hide things from people or having to hide who you are. And then lastly, we have the Five of Cups card, which is, someone who is kind of seeing the glass as half empty instead of half full. Someone who is looking at the cups that have spilled, the opportunities that have gone by, the failures that have been experienced, and not seeing what they have left or what they have to work with that can actually propel them forward into the future. Five of Cups is kind of like looking more on the negative side of things instead of seeing the silver lining. So it's just a reminder for you guys to see the silver lining, and you'll definitely get where you need to be. And then as far as what you possibly could be famous for, we have the Knighthood card. So I'm getting a couple different things. Obviously this could be more specific and won't be for everyone, but with this card I feel like you could possibly be famous for, I'm getting something with animals. So I don't know if some of you work with animals, but you could possibly be famous for protecting animals, being an animal rights activist, working with animals, showcasing animals in some way, or just being some sort of protector, possibly a bodyguard. You could also be someone who does costume work, so if you cosplay or do any kind of work with costumes, if you're an actor, like a stage actor, you could be famous for that, or even just an actor in general. Because I'm looking at this person's helmet, so when I think like someone wearing a mask, actors definitely do that. They wear many different hats, so could be that. Also, you'll be kind of known as being very noble, very protective of others, very honorable, with integrity. Maybe you fight for people's rights, you're a human rights activist. I could see that as well. Possibly some of you are also bodybuilders, because we have the Chariot, and I don't know why I'm like looking at this person's abs. They're pretty ripped when it comes to their abs. So some of you could be bodybuilders. You could do something as far as like transportation. You could work in transportation. Honestly, some of you I think are tarot readers, because I'm seeing like a tarot booth also. But I do see that something you guys have been working on for a while, or might take like 8 weeks to 8 months, something that you really diligently have worked on is going to have a lot of success, and a lot of people are going to see it, and it's something that you take a lot of pride in and you're going to be very proud of with the outcome of it. Because we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is all about working hard on something, and then we have the 6 of Wands, which to me is all about being victorious and having a triumph over adversity and just like a big reward in the end. We also have the Judgment card. So I'm seeing that you will be very outspoken with your recognition or with your fame, and you're going to use it to spread messages of peace and love. You're going to use it to spread messages of vulnerability and healing. So I think a lot of people are going to be very grateful for you for the positive messages you spread with your recognition. With my Moonology deck, I got a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. Some of you could be Virgos, it could just be a confirmation. And then we also have don't let your past hold you back, South Node. All right, so with new moon in Virgo, what I'm seeing is that your humanitarianism is something that people are going to really admire, and it's something that could propel you into fame or recognition. And also your eloquence, I want to say eloquence and your elegance, people are going to look up to. And I think the more you give and the more that you prioritize giving in whatever vocation you choose, the more that you will receive back from that as well. And then with don't let your past hold you back, I think that kind of goes back to having those fears of what people are going to think, holding back on your gifts, trying to be, I guess, more on the humble and meek side. Maybe in your past you were raised to be more humble, or you were raised to not raise your voice, not stick out of the crowd, just kind of blend in. And some of that is actually what's holding you back from moving forward and moving into being in the spotlight, because it's something that you're possibly not used to, and it's going to take some getting used to. But I'd say start a little bit at a time, wet your feet a little bit, try not to let other people's opinions or comments affect you. So we also have inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And with that, I'm seeing that you need to kind of center yourself and remember the reason why you're doing what you're doing, and really get clear on that. Maybe do some meditating on it. I think that'll help, because hearing too many of other people's opinions can sometimes cloud your judgment and make you feel like their thoughts are your thoughts, when in reality you just have a lot of people's voices in your head. So it's really important to kind of tune them out. Give yourself space if you need it, meditate, and get really clear on what is the reason why you're doing what you're doing, because that's going to give you that extra boost of energy and creativity to move forward in it and to not be burnt out from working too hard on it. Because the key here is devotion, consistency. If you have any craft, everyone will tell you, if you're working on any craft, the key is consistency. Keep doing it, keep working on it, even if you don't feel inspired, even if it gets hard. Just keep doing it, and consistency is going to help build you up. But also sometimes you kind of need to take a step back and get really clear on your why, on the purpose of you doing it and why it lights you up. And then also we have Starseed, and it literally says on this card, what lights you up? So the point here is always, always, always keep that in mind. Why is it that you're doing what you're doing? And more often than not, it's going to be because we want to help people, because we care about others, because we want to share our gifts with other people to inspire them. So if you get really clear on that, and always, always take action from your heart space instead of from your root chakra, don't expect something in return for what you're giving, then that's actually going to help you attract things to you. As weird as that sounds, it's true. And then lastly, we have the card Home. And what I get from this card is that whatever you're doing that could gain you recognition or fame is something that you can start from home, or possibly even gain recognition from home. So it could be something that you get famous for over the internet, or something that you like to work on in your home space, or that you gain inspiration for from your home space. So make sure that you're making your home your sanctuary. If there's a craft that you work on, make sure you give your home a special designated area for your craft. Make it like little studio space, and really take it seriously and devote your time and energy to it. And it's something that can really thrive in the future for you. All right, so I hope that helped you, pile 1. And if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. Thanks, bye. Hi, pile 2. This is for those of you who picked the second pile. Let's get into reading. So for you guys, right off the bat, I got Ace of Earth. Ooh. Ooh. And it fell. Ace of Earth, which is Ace of Pentacles. And then we have 9 of Water, which is Ace of Cups. So initially what I'm seeing here is you guys have a big, giant opportunity, possibly life-changing opportunity coming in for you. So and it's going to be something that you have wished upon a star for, something you've always dreamed of. Basically, your dream is coming on a silver platter for you, but it's something that you have probably been working on for a while. You've been working really hard on, and you're kind of just like at this point where you're wondering, okay, when is it my time? When is it coming? When is it here? And it's saying that it's coming, dear. It's here. I see that from this kind of harsh, masculine work place, you're going to grow flowers and bear fruit from this space. I feel like this opportunity that's coming in will put you in the spotlight as a leader, a main person, the star. And it also will bring with it a lot of good fortune, finances, luxury items, materials. In the 9 of Cups, we see a bunch of diamonds and just these beautiful objects that you've always wanted. So it's kind of going to be like your dreams are finally coming true when it comes to what this could possibly pertain to, what you could possibly be famous for. We have the Authority Figures card. So this could be pertaining to if you have started your own business, have put yourself in the limelight in some way, something that puts you at the forefront. So it could be a company, it could have something to do with the law, I'm getting. So if you are a lawyer, if you are a judge, if you work in politics, you're going to be at the forefront. You're going to be an authority figure that a lot of people turn to, look to. Could be local politics, could also be like celebrity of some sense. I'm just getting celebrity, so maybe you actually have a following online, like are an influencer, or have a TV show. I'm getting a TV show. Personality is what I'm getting. So you're going to be known for your personality. You could be in a reality show. Something about your personality, I think, is going to really get people to want to follow you. So maybe you have a very authoritative way of speaking, or you have a very leadership kind of quality to you that a lot of people like watching and following. I feel like whatever it is you are currently working on, it's going to pay off. We have your hard work is paying off, New Moon in Capricorn. So I do see you as being a very hardworking person, someone who likes to see things through to the end. And whatever you have been working on is going to pay off. So keep working, but also keep working through your fears as well, because I think sometimes you can get a little hesitant to try new things out because you fear maybe criticism, the hate you might possibly get. You fear people who kind of backstab other people. And I don't know if maybe you have a history of being around people like that who are kind of fake to your face and then will criticize you behind your back, and it's kind of led you to being fearful of what people think about what you do. But I think overall, you're moving away from that and you have kind of like a new start, new beginning, because if you see, both of these are new moons. And new moons to me are all about new beginnings. So you kind of have this new cycle you're starting where you're not going to be as afraid to speak your mind as much, and you're not going to be as afraid to show your work off to people because you've worked so hard on it. And then we also have new moon in Cancer. So that's like 3 new moons. What is happening? This one says you and your loved ones are safe. So yeah, basically your hard work is paying off. Work through your fears. And you and your loved ones are safe. So you literally have it going on. Like, no worries. You and your loved ones are safe. You're working hard at what you want to be doing, and you're working through your fears at the same time, which is going to bring you this fame and this new beginning. And then we have, we started this off with Ace of Earth. So Ace of Pentacles is basically a new beginning in career and finances, a new opportunity that's going to pay off and bring a lot of financial abundance and happiness to you. But then we also have take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Okay. So I think you guys kind of work yourself so hard that you forget to kind of take a break and have some fun and live the moment. So if you're able to do that, maybe go on a trip. I feel like you guys deserve a trip. You deserve a massage. You deserve a spa day. You deserve to go look at some artwork I'm seeing. Go look at nature, like the Grand Canyon. Go to a beach. Just whatever really sounds refreshing to you. You guys deserve that. You guys deserve to pamper yourself. And we also have the vacation card, which is kind of funny. Take time for relaxation and adventure. So yeah, you guys deserve a vacation. You deserve to get back to what your inner child really loves and desires, and to be a child for a little bit, because you have been working so hard. So don't worry so much about the fame and the recognition, because we already see that that is coming. Just make sure that you are taking a break and you're getting back to like the beauty of life and what really fulfills you. Because we want to avoid burnout here. We don't want to get to the point where you've been working so hard that when that fame and that opportunity comes, you're already dead inside. We want to make sure you keep that flame alive, you keep that passion alive, and you keep going. And then we have you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So whatever it is that you are hoping to do, you're already doing it. You're on track. Keep going. Take breaks when you need to, but you got it. So don't overthink it. Don't second guess it. Work through your fears. You got this. And then lastly, we have sexual arts. I love this card. But basically with this card, what I'm getting is don't be afraid to also open up a little bit, be more vulnerable with people, because I do see that you're a very work-oriented, career-oriented person, but sometimes it's okay to let loose, get more into your body and out of your head a little bit, and maybe like do some dancing, do something fun for your inner child. So actually any kind of movement would be good. And also maybe like coloring, something that your inner child would think of as fun, that gets you more into that mindset, that carefree, flowing, divine, feminine kind of mindset. And then also, if you need to do some sexual healing, go ahead and do that as well. Like, make sure that all parts of you are pleased and happy, and you're getting that physical fulfillment as well as career and monetary fulfillment. This card also to me is kind of like a symbol for the sacral chakra, which is all about creativity. So I think the more that you are in your body and expressing yourself in different ways, the more creative ideas are going to spring from you. That's all I have for you, Pile 2. If you liked it, please give me a like or subscribe, and I hope that you see some of my future videos. Thanks, bye. Hi, Pile 3. This is for those of you who picked the third pile, and we're going to answer the question of, will you be famous? So, what I got right off the bat for you guys, Pile 3, is Queen of Air and Messenger of Water. So with these two cards, I get a highly intuitive vibe from you guys. I feel like you guys are really ancient souls and have a lot of wisdom and inner knowledge. We have the owl in this card, which is a symbol of wisdom, intuition. You guys may or may not know this about yourselves, but what I get from the card and from the woman in the card is I feel like you guys doubt this a lot, or you doubt some of your messages a lot of the time, or you get a little worried about giving messages to people and how they'll react, if they'll take it, if your messages are accurate or not. But I do feel you are very close with your spirit guides or with your ancestors who are giving you these messages, so you shouldn't worry. You're very heavily guided and protected. I feel like some of you guys might have been shamans in a past life. I'm getting a lot of like Neptunian vibes, so you guys might be Pisces or have a lot of Pisces in your chart. So you're someone that is kind of guided by the energy of water, the energy of emotion and intuition. You could be highly sensitive in that aspect. This could lead you to put a lot of walls up, to put a lot of boundaries up, just to ensure that you are safe from other people's negative energy and that no one is penetrating your sanctuary, your safe zone. I do feel like you guys are very powerful, strong beings, and you may not even realize how powerful you are. People, when they are near you, feel your energy, and they kind of feel like this little seahorse in comparison to you being the woman in the photo, and they just see you as this all-powerful, beautiful god or goddess that is very wise and can see through them and can see their motives and can challenge them and win any battle. And sometimes that might put them off, because sometimes when people feel exposed, they get really defensive and go on the offense. So if you've had a lot of people attack you in the past or laugh at you or try to put you down, it's because they feel your expansive energy and they fear it. I am getting that there is a possibility for you guys to be well known for your gifts. That's what's coming through, is that if you do become famous, it's going to be for these intuitive abilities that you have. We have the Galactic card. So this card, I specifically asked, what would you be famous for? And we got Galactic. So if you guys know what a starseed is, or if you don't, I encourage you to look it up. You could possibly become well known or receive recognition for being a starseed, or for being someone with knowledge of things outside of the normal society's knowledge. You could receive recognition for having a very keen intuition, being a medium, being a psychic, being connected to spirits, the spirit realm, higher power, aliens. You could be in touch with aliens, could be something like that. So I also, if none of that is resonating for you, the fact that we have a lot of stars in this card could just mean that you could somehow rise to the status of being a celebrity or being a star, so to speak. But I feel like you're someone who can teach people a lot of things. With your gifts, you have the ability to teach people, above all things, gratitude. We have the gratitude card. It says, be grateful for all that you have. So with the image of this card itself, I see someone with a lot of power, someone who holds their power in their hands. You could also be a gifted healer. You could be into Reiki, or that could be something that you would be gifted at, healing with your hands. You are someone who knows a lot about the ancient history, or could tap into that knowledge You could be claircognizant and just have an inner knowing of things. Just so you're aware, claircognizance is when you have the ability to just know things without being told, without being shown. You just know things. It's hard to describe, but that is a gift. I think people will go to you with questions about all of these things that you know, and to learn how to access that knowledge that you inherently are just natural at accessing. I think you also have some other abilities that you haven't really tapped into yet, which could have to do with more telekinesis, moving energy around, things that I have not been able to dabble in, but you do have very, very strong abilities, and they definitely want to be tapped into. But you're very good at shielding your energy as well. You can use all of your abilities to just teach the world how powerful they are, to teach humans, every human, how powerful that they are, and show gratitude for these gifts that we inherently have and all that Mother Nature brings to us. You will be very good at teaching the world how to own their own power, and then how to be grateful for that power as well. We have Face Your Fears, Release the Power of Fear. So this card came out in reverse for me, and what I intuitively feel to take that as is that you have done a lot of releasing recently, or in the past. You've actually done a lot of work on yourself and released a lot of your fears, and you've gotten to the point now where you're able to embrace who you truly are and show the world who you really are. And that's what's going to help get you to the point of recognition and fame, is embracing who you are, no matter how strange that might be to people who aren't used to having someone with your abilities. We also have The Answers You Need Are Coming, Full Moon in Gemini. And when I saw this card, what I'm getting is that you have an inner knowing, like I was speaking of, but you have the ability to literally just close your eyes, like this woman, open them, and just know the answer to something. So whatever questions you have about this, you can literally just ask yourself, because you have this ability, you have this claircognizant ability to literally ask yourself any question and just know the answer. So I think you communicating that to other people is what's going to gain you a lot of recognition as well. We have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So like I said, you have a lot of spirit guides standing next to you. You have your ancestors standing next to you. You have animals, spirit animals. I'm seeing a dog, an elephant, a hawk. I think this is some kind of panther as well. A black panther, I believe, has a very spiritual significance. We have a full moon, so you're, like I said, highly intuitive, in tune with your emotions. And your higher self has so much knowledge. I feel like you possibly could have lived many lives and be a very old soul. So if you just tap into that wisdom, like the woman in this card, tap into that wisdom, communicate with your ancestors, because they definitely want you to communicate with them. They want to reach out to you. You have the knowledge and the power and the wisdom to do anything you want. So even if it's not related to spirituality or intuition or mediumship, whatever you want to do, you have these resources inherently inside of you that are ready to be tapped into. You could use your abilities to help, the earth, because we're kind of going through a big ascension process right now, and we're going through a time where we really need people who are more empathic and sensitive to help heal others, and so we can move forward into a higher vibrational earth. And I think you could really be a factor in helping that along, and that could bring you a lot of recognition. And then we have self-love. So with this card, I feel like this woman in this card is you, whether or not you're a male or a female. This is someone who is just very beautiful, graceful, embraces the divine feminine within and fully surrenders to the universe, knowing that she is safe, that she is guided by the universe and by spirit. So I feel like this is you, and you're really getting to the point where you embrace yourself, where you shower yourself with self-love, and you know that you don't need anyone else but yourself to make it in this world and to be successful in this world. And though we do love connection with other humans and we strive to form deep bonds with other humans, we cannot let that interfere with our own self-love. So I do believe that you are one of the people who is meant to help bring up the divine feminine of the world at this current age, at this current time, and that is what you will be recognized for. Or when you are recognized, that is something you will help to shed light on in the world. All right, that's all I have for you today, pile 3. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and I will see you in one of my future videos. Thanks, bye.